Welcome, dear travelers. Europe attracts us with its rich heritage, stunning architecture, world-class cuisine, and unique atmosphere. Every year, millions of tourists flock to its capitals and resorts in search of unforgettable experiences. But, just like any part of the world, Europe has its own safety rules. Today, we'll take a look at the darker side of traveling across the continent. We've put together a ranking of 10 cities that, according to various reports and statistics, are considered the most dangerous for tourists. It's important to highlight, danger is a relative concept. This doesn't mean you should avoid these places altogether. Absolutely not. Our goal is to warn, inform, and give you the tools to make sure your trip goes smoothly, leaving you with nothing but positive memories. So, let's switch on a heightened sense of awareness and begin our countdown. Place number 10, Naples, Italy. We begin our list with sunshine, pizza, and a little extra caution.
Attenzione pickpocket! Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione pickpocket! Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione pickpocket!
Naples is a city of contrasts. On one hand, it's full of incredible energy, delicious food, and history at every corner. On the other, it has one of the highest rates of pickpocketing and scams in all of Italy. You need to be especially careful on crowded buses, at the train station, and in the narrow, busy streets of the historic center. This is where master pickpockets operate. Another specific risk is the local organized crime, the Camorra. While tourists are rarely their direct target, their presence still leaves a mark on the city's economy and daily life. The main advice? Leave your passport and large sums of money in the hotel safe, and always carry your bag and camera in front of you, not hanging on your shoulder.
Pickpocket, pickpocket, cuidado, carteristas, carteristas, pickpocket.
Place number 9, Marseille, France. The largest port in France, the gateway to the Mediterranean.
Si je dois donner un conseil à tous les voleurs et les dealers, faut esquiver la garde à vue et le procureur.
Marseille is a city with a bold character. Unfortunately, it also has a high level of street crime, especially in the northern districts, which tourists are better off avoiding. Problem areas include the St. Charles train station and the waterfront at night.
Vous me pétez la voiture là? Hein? Viens ici! Viens ici, je frappe! T'as pété ma voiture en bas! Hein? Viens! Fils de pute! Fils de pute! Gros fils de pute, va! Fils de pute!
Muggings and clashes between local gangs are not uncommon. During the day, the city center and the famous Old Port are relatively safe, but once night falls, you need to be extra cautious. Avoid showing off expensive jewelry, and don't walk alone through deserted side streets. Place number 8, Athens, Greece. The cradle of Western civilization, a city where history breathes from every stone. But even here, there are problems. Athens ranks among the leaders in Europe for motorcycle thefts. Criminals on scooters snatch bags and phones from unsuspecting pedestrians while speeding past. This happens especially often in tourist areas, Monastiraki, Plaka, and around the Acropolis. You should also stay alert in the metro and crowded public transport, where pickpockets operate. Like in any major city, there are also troubled neighborhoods. For example, Omonia at night. Place number 7, Brussels, Belgium. The capital of the European Union, and chocolate, unfortunately struggles with serious street crime issues. The areas around the North Station, Gare du Nord, Molenbeek, and the adjacent streets are known for high levels of drug dealing and theft. Tourists often fall victim to petty thieves right in the city center, at the Grand Place, and on the street leading to the famous Mannequin Peace Fountain. Criminal activity becomes especially noticeable during rush hours and in the evening.
Place number 6.
Bucharest, Romania, an Eastern European gem with a turbulent history. Bucharest is developing rapidly, but like many post-socialist capitals, it struggles with pickpocketing and scams. Exchanging money on the street is especially risky. You might get tricked or even followed to an ATM. Extra caution is needed on public transport, especially in trams and buses. Some Roma neighborhoods on the outskirts of the city are considered unsafe for casual visitors due to high levels of poverty and crime.
Place number 5.
Milan, Italy. Milan is the world's capital of fashion and design. But this very fact also attracts thieves of all kinds. The city is home to perhaps the most organized and brazen pickpocket networks in Europe. They operate at Cadorna Station, at Milano Centrale, in the metro, and along the main shopping street, Via Monte Napoleone. Their methods are perfected. For example, they might accidentally spill ketchup on you, and while you're busy cleaning yourself, a helpful passerby relieves you of your wallet. Always stay skeptical of unexpected or overly persistent interactions on the street.
Place number 4.
Stockholm, Sweden. This entry may come as a surprise. Stockholm is often seen as a model of prosperity and order. However, in recent years, Sweden has faced serious challenges due to immigration from disadvantaged regions. Street crime has sharply increased, especially in suburbs such as Rinkeby, Tensta, and Husby.
Completely normal day for Stockholm. Action 24/7.
Gangs thrive there, with shootings and car arsons becoming an unfortunate reality. Tourists rarely venture into these districts, but the wave of crime has reached the city center as well. Cases of pickpocketing and street robberies have become more frequent.
Får använda mera frekvent i dagsläget.
Place number 3. Prague, Czech Republic. Golden Prague is one of the most visited cities in Europe, and that is its main problem. Huge crowds of tourists create the perfect environment for scammers and thieves. Dozens of criminal groups operate here. The most common schemes include taxi drivers who charge outrageous prices, exchange offices with predatory rates and hidden fees, and restaurants where the bill accidentally ends up several times higher than what was listed on the menu. Nightclubs near the Charles Bridge are especially dangerous, where drinks are often spiked with drugs, and visitors are then robbed. Be extremely cautious with both your money and alcohol. Place number 2. Barcelona, Spain. The silver medalist of our anti-ranking is probably known to everyone. Barcelona is the world capital of pickpocketing. Local thieves are true artists. They act boldly, creatively, and almost with impunity. The main risk areas are La Rambla, Barceloneta Beach, the metro, and lines at museums and attractions, especially near the Sagrada Familia. Their methods include accidentally spilling water on you, creating a crowd, or distracting you with a conversation or performance while an accomplice takes your wallet or phone from your backpack. Every second tourist here has faced a theft attempt at least once. Vigilance should be your middle name in this city.
Sí,
solo derecho tienen, no tienen obligaciones, nadie. No, solo derechos míos. Obligación no tiene nadie. Y encima la gente le ayuda, tío, cabrón.
And finally, place number 1. The most dangerous city in Europe for tourists, based on a combination of factors: levels of violent crime, corruption, activity of organized crime groups, and overall danger. The top spot firmly goes to Odessa, Ukraine. Important note: at the time this video was made, 2024, there is an ongoing military conflict in Ukraine. Traveling there is extremely dangerous, and tourism as such does not exist. We are speaking about the city's status in pre-war and peaceful years. Odessa has always been a city with a unique, tough character. Historically, criminal traditions have been strong here. Even in peaceful times, the city ranked among the highest in the world for murders per capita. High activity of organized crime groups, gang conflicts, and corruption within law enforcement all contributed to an extremely unsafe environment. Tourists could fall victim not only to pickpockets at Privoge Market or on the beach, but also accidentally get caught in shootings or be robbed violently. Unfortunately, the situation is now far worse due to the full-scale war. So, our top 10 leaders is complete. Let's repeat the main point. This list is not a call to completely avoid these cities. It is a guide to increase your personal safety. Here are a few universal tips for any trip. Keep your documents and large amounts of cash in the hotel safe. Carry a copy of your passport with you. Use anti-theft backpacks and bags with locks. Wear them in front of you in crowded areas. Avoid taking out your phone or wallet in public unless absolutely necessary. Avoid deserted and dark streets at night. Study the city map and mark areas that are unsafe and should be avoided. Be skeptical of overly friendly strangers. Always agree on the price of a taxi ride in advance, or use official apps. Traveling is wonderful. A little common sense and caution will help you enjoy the beauty of Europe without unpleasant incidents. Wishing you a pleasant and safe trip. See you next time on the channel.